Hello, welcome. I am going to talk today about my book called Shérézade, written by me. I'm the author, Anaïs Giulia, and it is part of publicity for my own book, of course. At the same time, it is for the readers to understand a little bit better what the book is about. On the cover it says Shérézade. That's the name of the character, of the woman, and I'm going to read from the cover. A lyrical tale of love, memory, and the power of stories to connect and heal. Shérézade is a journey through time and emotion, where storytelling becomes an act of remembrance and hope. And so to say, it's a cover description of the book now, but the book itself, I would like to go a little bit deeper into the story, the idea of it, how it came. The cover shows Shérézade. She's on a camel, and she's somewhere where there are pyramids. So there is the thematic of travel, of arriving, or for her not being from there. It speaks that she's a traveler, no? So the illustration of the book, it shows her riding the camel. It is almost to say a representation of her origin, or of her character, or of her personality, no? The way she looks. And there are some symbols to the book as well. As we said, we had the pyramid. On the back of the cover is another symbol, and then it's another image with her with the pyramids. It's a connection to the pyramids towards the book, no? But the story itself, it is already inspired by the story of a princess, no? That she was at the court of the emperor, and the emperor fell in love with her by her telling him stories. So that's the idea behind the book. Of course, in my novel, in my book, I write about the different stories that Shérézade tells. That's the main focus throughout the book, no? To her emperor, or to say the position between them is a distant one. In the same time, Shérézade fulfills her mission there, her role, no? To tell the emperor these stories that she carries. So she is a storyteller. Shérézade is a princess. We can describe her a princess of time, a princess of memory, and she so say travels, no? And knows or hears different stories from different people, or very old stories, ancient stories. There is this idea of her being explorer of stories, of old stories, or stories that are beautiful, no? And so to say, there is this connection between her and the emperor. Of course, every night, no, there is this intimate space between them, where I try to describe as much as I could in the book, the way that she prepares the story, the way she tells the story, the way that she connects the listener to the story, no? And she does this through little conversation with the emperor, or through the way she looks, or the way she behaves, the way she speaks, the way she carries her stories one after another, no? There is not to say that's why I say my work was to make it in a novel. At the same time, I wanted these stories. Now I had different stories that I wanted to tell. No, and I, so to say, used the voice of Shérézade, no, the main character of the book, me as a writer, to tell these beautiful stories. At the same time, with the connection, no, with the listener, which is the emperor. Not to say of course, the role of Shérézade emperor are not on the same status, no? It's not on the same level. So the meaning of the book is to say a beginning, no? They say Shérézade arrives at the palace, and at the same time she doesn't know what to expect there. And then once her role is set, no, to say there is the need or the desire not to listen to her stories, and there's to say the emperor finds the story so beautiful that every night they meet, and Shérézade tells him a few different stories, always a different one. And this is mainly the book itself, or the story behind it. Of course, the interest is to read the stories. Of course, the feeling of the book, now when one reads, it's very different than a description of the book, and I don't want to necessarily give everything, to say the interest remains always towards the reader, and say, well, what type of stories are in the book, or what type of interest, or what dialogue is between Shérézade and the emperor, what type of connection, or what type of ambient, what type of there's even discussion of power, or discussion of doing the right thing, or making right choices, or how to be wise. There's a lot to say. Each story carries I will not say a lesson, because it's not a lesson. It's nothing harsh. It's the opposite. It gives a deeper understanding, or it gives some certain type of beauty. It's the same feeling when, if one is an archaeologist, now you have to dig, and then you find the apple, or you find what you're looking for. So there's this moment of beauty and plenitude that a story brings with it. That's why I say humans always love to hear stories, and it is an art, to be able to tell a story. It is the art of storytelling, and it is different if someone say, I will buy and read a book by myself, or it's different if someone tells me the story of something. And this is what I try to recreate in the book, to say how one tells stories through Shérézade, at the same time what those stories carry with them, and then the connection between, of course, the stories and the characters. They combine themselves as well in the story themselves. So there's always an element that goes a little bit deeper, or it can go a little bit more distant. There's this play or role between dark and light, day and night. When is the right time to say tell a story? There's a certain need of the right ambience, the right people, or the right circumstances, or the right will, or desire to tell a story. So it goes on both sides. At the same time, the vocabulary in the book is very beautiful. It is very soft. Shérézade, of course, is very talented in telling these stories, and that's how I try to write the book as well, to show this authenticity, and to show her ability, to carry the messages, or be able to first know, and then to have this love for storytelling as well. The poetic, the language is very poetic, I will call it. At the same time, it has a realistic feel to it. Of course, when you write the book, especially in this book, because the characters are actually just two, with the story itself, so let's say 3, but it's not a lot of characters in the book, so you want to give some type of language that fits to the text itself, so it has to be some dialogue, or it has to be some ambient scenes as well. So the feeling of the book when one reads is in one beautiful flow, in one beautiful act, so to say. So the book starts, and then there's always a story after another story. In the same time, there is, of course, a dialogue, as I've said, in the book between the characters that shows more their personality, or the connection between them two. There's always a little bit difference now, and say, well, them two, the Emperor and Shérézade, they do meet every night, but every night is different. So there's to say, well, the action of the book goes only on a few days, but those days have an importance to them. In those days, Shérézade told the Emperor as many stories, and at the same time every night was different. So there's